Hello, today I'm sharing with you simple ideas that we can apply to adapt our teaching in a very good way. Let's have a look. First of all, it's about regularly thinking about our lessons, what went well, what didn't, and why. And we just need to adapt lessons accordingly so that they are relevant to the learner and they concentrate on the important aspects. Secondly, asking learners how they feel about the learning experience, looking at materials, pacing, are they coping with the pace, are they benefiting from the materials, etc. For example, I did some student voice recently and I'm going to show you that in the next slide. Adapting teaching strategies on the go, so if there are students who don't understand something and they are not making any progress in that lesson, stop and reteach. And then thinking about CPD, are there any workshops, collaboration with colleagues and any other approaches where you can join and learn? It's about being curious and interested because at the end of the day, it's about developing your teaching, and the more you can learn and improve, the better for your learners. This is a slide that I did for my students for Student Voice. I just wanted to get ideas about how they felt about learning MFL, and I did a questionnaire on a Google form that I linked to the slides, and the students starting to fill it in. Very useful to get some insight from them. Then other things that you can do to adapt your teaching is having a decluttered classroom space and making sure that the board is clear. Clear slides, well spaced out. Collaborative planning, because if you share the planning with people in your department, you've got more time to dedicate to adapting. Recap and recall in every lesson. Remember, it's about the idea that the curriculum is spiral and it's always, there is always an opportunity to recap and recall. Clear instructions so that there is undivided attention. Support verbal instructions with written instructions. That is really useful. Scaffolding, but removing support over time, is not about giving them all the answers, it's about helping them, but then eventually removing that support so that they can become independent learners. Checking for understanding and how you do this. For example, cold calling is a very useful technique, or mini whiteboards, and there are many other ways. Model in real time, powerful. This is key because as you are modeling, students are seeing the process and how you think about the particular task, and it's more powerful than doing it via feedback. Targeted live marking. So when you do live marking, it's about circulating the classroom and identifying what the students are doing well, what they need to repeat, or what they need improving on. And it's about having the idea as you go along and adapt your teaching accordingly. We also can match our intervention to the one-page profiles, design our sitting plan effectively, ensure entry and exit routines are consistent, change the background color of our slides, make the font size bigger, include images to illustrate our points. For example, this is quite fun, but my students were laughing non-stop because at one point I was thinking, I tell them to stick things in and they don't do it. So I just put an image of a glue. And when they saw it, they were like, Miss, no, that's not true. And I said, yes, it's so that you see the image and you do it. Make positive phone calls. This increases motivation. I know we are busy and sometimes we don't have time to make a phone call, but actually it's powerful. Create a help station in our classroom. It's about curiosity, empathy, and accessibility. And it's about making students succeed, not only in the classroom, but also in life. And finally, I'll leave you with an image from my help station. And in here, I've got some of the things that we use all the time, like date tracker, vocabulary booklets, etc. And students who need support, they don't need to ask me. They come to a help station every single time and they get what they need. Hope you find it useful. See you next time. Gracias.